And literally back to back, people were contacting me, and I'm like, what is this? Like, what's going on in the universe? I don't want these double backers, because I know that once we get into the thick of things, it just is not gonna mix well. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Wileen Living with Kendra. I mean, if you don't know already, obviously I am Kendra, and it has definitely been a minute. I've been trying to get myself together, y'all. It's been a struggle. I've been struggling over here. And so I just wanted to make sure when I got back on, I had it together. So please bear with me. I'm going to share with y'all just a little snippet, just a little taste. So it is currently May. So it is 5 months into the year 2024, and it has been real. Like, it has been real. I told y'all my international trips were canceled, like the air carrier canceling trips, the hotel canceling my accommodation. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just my season to be still. And if you know me, that is really difficult for me because I like to travel. So mentally, it kind of didn't do what it was supposed to do because I couldn't travel. So that was my time to kind of recalibrate. So since I didn't have that opportunity to do it, I was like all over the place, all over the place. But let me tell you what I did stick to. So during this time, I was like, I'm not going to date. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make sure I am mentally, spiritually, and emotionally well. So I did sort of kind of stick to that. I did. Let me tell you. So this is what we're going to talk about. Sticking to what you say you're going to do, right? So if you're saying that you're going to focus on yourself, rebalance, recenter, do that, and stick to it. So let me share with you. I put in a family group chat. I just want to make a public service announcement, y'all. I'm not dating. I'm rebalancing myself. My therapy sessions are going good. All this jazz. So this is what I've shared with my family. And they in the group chat like, we just going to ignore this because in 2 weeks, she's going to be like, yeah, I'm going on a date. But I didn't do that. I'm telling y'all, I got through until April. So that's really good to April. I got hit up about going to this exhibit. Anybody knows I love the Titanic. I know that's kind of weird because that is really like a devastating event, but not so the event itself, just like the grandeur of the ship, all these various things. So, I get contacted. And I'm like, well, technically it ain't a date, but I do want to go to this. So I can go. I'm just going to go to this. I'm going to say, I don't want dinner. I don't want nothing else. Just, we're just going to go there and get back. So, before that, it's like a workup moment. And he's like, hey, also, do you want to travel somewhere? And I'm like, let me just think about it. So I didn't say yes, and I didn't say no. I was just like, I'm going to just let that sit right there. But let me tell you what I did pride myself on. So a few of the people that I dated, like my exes specifically, not just dated, I don't know what it was. This was supposed to be the moment where I'm like, I'm going to start dating, but I haven't gone anywhere. And literally back to back, people were contacting me, and I'm like, what is this? Like, what's going on in the universe? I don't want these double backers, because I know that once we get into the thick of things, it just is not gonna mix well. So I'm like, thank you so much, but I don't want to travel with you. Like, back to back. And these were some good trips, y'all. I was like, oh my God. I felt so proud of myself. I was like, you did it, girl. You did it. Until I didn't. So back to the whole Titanic exhibit and all this other stuff. And he's like, oh, do you want to go here? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's on the top of my bucket list because, well, not the tippy top, but I'm like, I'm looking at the prices and I don't want to spend my own money, but I do want to go there. So I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let me just give me like a weekend. I did say that. Give me a weekend. And so he was like, okay, well, we can just book everything the weekend that I come get you for this exhibit. I was like, we can do that. Let me tell y'all how God works. We get to the exhibit and I'm like, you know what? I'm so hungry. I'm in my mind. I'm like, dang, I'm so hungry, but I do not want to go out to eat because then he's going to start asking questions and I don't feel like talking really. I just wanted to go to this thing. And then I don't even know about this trip. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be on the straight and narrow. So please, Jesus, help me out here. So he was like, are you hungry? I was like, no, I just, we stopped we got something earlier about an hour ago. So I'm still good. Sure enough, after I was like, Lord, help me. We went through the exhibit. I was like, Lord, help me because I really don't want to go down this path with this guy. Y'all, my stomach started to boil. Do you understand? Like, knotted up. And that was that was the period when I learned that I'm lactose intolerant now. And we were about a good hour or so from my home. So he has to drive me back home. And I'm like, okay. I said, hey, I don't think we have to go out. I just, we ain't got to do nothing else. I just want to go home like right now, immediately. I don't feel well. I feel very much so sick. He was like, oh, do you want to go stop by the store to get some medicine? I was like,
I got medicine at the house. I just need you to take me home now.
So he driving. And I'm over here sweating at this time. I'm like, sweet Jesus, please let us get there. Let us get there. So I'm sweating, keep in mind the air on. I'm like, roll the windows down so the windows are down. And he's flying. And I was like, okay. So at this moment, like my mouth getting water, I was like, oh, please don't let me vomit in this man's car. Like, that's disgusting, but just get me home. Just get me home. So we finally hit the corner of my house, like my community. I was like, okay, all right. So I'm taking off my heels. And I'm like, I don't know what this man gonna think, but I'm gonna take it back to Alabama and I'm going to run barefooted into my house. And I really don't care what he has to think at this moment because I don't care about none of this. My stomach is on fire. So he did not even park. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even make it to the driveway. We passed the house before you get to my neighbor's house. I jumped out the car, guys. No shoes, purse in the car, everything just left in the car. Like, he can get it, he can bring it in the house. So I'm pressing the code, trying to get in my house. I'm like, oh my God. Flung the door open. And I was like, oh, just let the chips fall where they may. So I fly up to my room, and there is where I stayed for the next 40 minutes. I kid you not, 40 straight minutes. The only thing, no, I didn't leave my phone in the car. The only thing that I did bring with me was my phone because I didn't want that man going through my stuff because he kind of nosy anyway. So I'm texting my girlfriend. I was like, oh my God always has a ram in the bush.
What'd that mean?
Play along with it.
What'd that mean?
So I guess this means no to this trip, girl. I just had to tell somebody in real time. I'm over here and I'm dying. Like, I don't think I'm going to survive this. So my girlfriend just cracking up via text message. I was like, I don't even know if he downstairs. I don't know what happened to my shoes, my purse. I don't know what's what. But I'm going to wrap this story up. Long story short, I go back downstairs. He was like, you good? I was like, no, not really. I ain't know where you was. Did you bring my stuff in the house? He was like, yeah, your stuff right here. You sure you good? I was like, you know what? it's best that you leave. Well, I thought, you said you didn't want to eat, but you feel better now. Or what do you want? No, I don't feel better. I don't want to go out to eat. I don't want to book no trip. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you. You could just leave. You could just get out of here. He was like, oh, okay, long as you good, that's fine. But what was so funny? This man was sitting in pitch darkness for 40 minutes. Like, that's how I was like, dang, did he leave? Because the house is completely dark. And I'm like, hello, you good? I was laughing. Like, I was laughing on the inside. I was like, that's so bizarre. Anyway, long story short, what I mean by standing on what you say you're going to do. I say all this to say that at that time, I said I wasn't going to date. At this time, I said I wasn't going to travel. I wasn't going to do all these things because it was my moment of being still. It was my season or that time frame of being still. And then when a big enough carrot got dangled in my face, I'm
Stop. What do you mean by that?
like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. So don't even allow yourself to get sucked back into that cycle. Yes, I didn't go on the trip. Yes, literally, I asked for a way of escape. It wasn't the way that I would have imagined, but it did allow me to get out of that situation. And so, I hope you are able to connect in some form or fashion, not with the story to where you had, issues with your stomach where it kind of messed you up to kind of sway you against something. But if you take it for face value, it's like, if you're going to say yes, yes, let your yeses be yes and let your no's be no's, and stick with that. Because if you want to be centered, balanced, whole, don't give way to like repetitive cycles, because that's what you don't want to be, in a perpetual cycle where something's not going to work out. And yes, you might have this temporary fix to a certain situation. Like, oh, I got my fix by traveling. Oh, I have, I'm stuttering. So cut. So I want you to make sure that if it's a temporal solution or a temporal, situation, don't give way to that, because at the end of the day, if that's not the direction you want to go with, stay firm with what you want. I said no to everybody else, but because he said, hey, this place, I was like, woo, I can't afford that by myself. But then again, do I really want to go with him? No, I don't. And just make sure whatever experience that you are going to have, let it be with someone that you truly want to be with, right? So that's what I'm leaving with you. So stay firm to what you desire. Make sure you are well, you are whole before you getting out here trying to date somebody. And just because they're saying, hey, you want to go here, there, everywhere, don't entertain it. Okay? So I hope you gleaned something from this message. If not, leave a comment. If so, leave a comment as well. Share, like, subscribe if you have not done so already. But until then, I will talk to you later. Bye for now.